UWP media commentators and the surrogates are lionizing opposition leader Alan Chasney for withstanding criticism in the House of Assembly last Tuesday. In a UWP media appearance late Sunday, the Miku South MP sought to raise questions about the impartiality of the current presiding officer.
With 15-2 in the House, or some people would say 17-2, because sometimes you wonder whether the Speaker himself is being fair, and then you have unprecedentedly a Attorney General, a public Attorney General sitting in the House.
It should be noted that the Constitution makes allowances for an Attorney General to sit in on proceedings in the chamber to provide legal counsel during the deliberations. Last week, ex-Castries Southeast MP Guy Joseph, calling into UWP media to praise Chasney, also attempted to burnish his own image as an exemplary lawmaker.
You saw how many times I would laugh in between my
things. It's true. Even me at some time when you were laughing with these guys, I used to feel really, really upset. Seriously.
But is this a case of revisionist history? Observers assert that last week, boisterous debates are no way examples of outright contempt for the institution. They point to numerous controversies involving both Alan Chasney and Joseph, who had run-ins with 3 consecutive House speakers. From the viral social media "since when that's your role" moment.
Well, do what you have to do, Mr. Speaker.
If you can persist in this, I will do what I have to do.
You go right ahead, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, you think I can get fair treatment in this House? You think you want to stop me when I mention certain names on the contract?
Honourable Member, please proceed with your contribution.
Well, Mr. Speaker, if I'm going to proceed with my contribution, you allow me to proceed with my contribution.
You will proceed within the rules, the standing orders.
Mr. Speaker, I am reading what's in the contract. You want to come and interpret contract to me in this honourable House? And I'm supposed to sit there and listen to you interpreting contract? Since when your role is to interpret contract in the House? Since when that's your role?
To the stunning July 24, 2018 walkout.
Minister, please stand and withdraw the statement. That's all I would like you to do. Because I would like to knock it off. Then, Minister, if you're not going to withdraw, I would ask that you leave the House, please.
Leave in the House. I'm not withdrawing statement. I'm sitting there, I'm talking, you're telling me about withdrawal statement.
Joseph to this date claims that he was the target of a vast conspiracy and witch hunt orchestrated by political foes. Then there are examples of ex-Prime Minister Alan Chasney's unparalleled open defiance of the chair.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, please to withdraw that statement and to refrain from doing it.
Mr. Speaker, I refuse to withdraw that statement.
Mr. Prime Minister, no. Mr. Prime Minister.
Speaker.
Mr.
Because far worse has been said in this House.
Mr. Prime Minister.
The member from
Mr. Prime Minister, no.
Stood up and
Mr.
said
Prime
right
Minister.
there in front of us, right, that we were misleading the House.
Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Prime Minister. Honourable Prime Minister. You cannot stand and say you're not going to withdraw a statement.
I'm not going to withdraw it. So you're going to have to take whatever action you want. But I'm not withdrawing it.
Honourable Prime Minister, I'm going to ask you please to withdraw the statement.
I'm not.
While the former Prime Minister and his ally have been at the center of a number of confrontations, others have been singled out for their behavior in recent memory. In an unprecedented move, on Tuesday, September 14, 2017, the House recommended that Ancillary Canneries MP Dominic Fede be brought before the Privileges Committee on the charge that he misled Parliament. It was a first in the history of the House, with then-Speaker Leon Theodore John characterizing the behavior of parliamentarians as having reached an all-time low. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.